doing my prerequisites right now at Yakima Valley College, and I happen to take Spanish class, even though that's not needed for my nursing program. I needed just an extra credit, and I decided to sign up for Spanish because I speak Spanish, so why not? I figured it'll be an easy class. And when I got to the class, Mr. Monahan, first day of class, asked a classmate that was sitting next to me if he spoke Spanish, and he said yes. And so teacher said, well, you know, there's actually a program that we have here for Spanish speaking people that's right across the hall. And he said, can I go to it? And teacher said, of course, yes. And then I raised my hand because I speak Spanish too. So I'm like, well, maybe I'm in the wrong class. And so I said, can I go too? And he said, go on, right across the hallway. And so we were kind of like, okay, like, is this for real? Like, what? Like, and so then two other girls raised their hand, and so all four of us went and ended up in Miss Cipres's class. It was great because during the quarter we still worked with the other teachers' classes, so we got to kind of learn from each other. Even though they were in a lower level of Spanish, we still learned from each other during the quarter. So the first day of class, when we walked over from Mr. Monahan's class, Ms. Cipres explained a little background of this program. And the thing that I found fascinating and interesting and that stuck to my mind was that she said that it's good to know proper Spanish, but we're not going to go correcting others because it's natural for us to have integrated English into our Spanish speaking. So our community uses a lot of what they call Spanglish, but it's okay to still use them. And she said, I use them too, even though I'm a Spanish teacher, I use Spanglish as well. And it doesn't mean that you're wrong for it. So I felt, you know, that because I do speak a lot of Spanglish or use a lot of words like lunch, lonche was one of the ones that it was a perfect example. That's so common. And if I were to say almorzar to my family, which is the correct term, I'd be like, okay, you're being weird. What is that like? You know, so I like that she explained. So even though I know the proper terms, I don't feel dumb for using it with my family. She taught us in reality, realistic examples, so we could relate. It wasn't just read the book, answer the questions. We did a lot of interaction amongst us, and so that was the best way of learning. I liked the way she taught it, and she always made us feel, again, like it was okay that we didn't know a proper term, but I like that she taught us the right way and that we learned it. No idea this existed, and it's wonderful. So I came back to work and I told all my coworkers about it. We all speak Spanish and we're all able to interpret. And so when I came from that class, they're like, what class is this? Like, is this 101, 102? And I said, no. So I would bring back like the book that we had and I would show them like the vocabulary, the terms, every quiz that I was going to have. I'd come back and quiz them on it, and they had no idea. And even though they've taken Spanish speaking classes, it was nothing like this one. So they, I'm sure, would want to take a class now after everything they've learned, but maybe I taught them everything during the quarter because every day I'd come back and my coworkers, they all were Spanish speaking first, just like me. And so it was nice to see that I wasn't the only one that didn't know about this or the program. So now they know about the program and they know what it is. So, you know, and I explained to them, it's not the, you know, tú eres, yo soy, Spanish. Like, no, this was intense Spanish. But then also we learned a lot of history, the background of it. So I learned with my classmates too. I found that a lot of them didn't know about this program. They were in there by coincidence, just like I was. So I don't know why nobody told me about this class, but I'm glad that I found it the way I did, because I would not have experienced this and brought this back to work.